Just have a few more things I need to do here on my side. Hope you all are enjoying your Wednesday. For those who are here in the United States with me, hope you're enjoying the last day of your week as well. Okay. All right, looks like we are good to go. All right, so hey everyone, hope everything's going well for you. Your week is going pretty strong here. We're at the middle. Happy Wednesday to everyone, hump day. So today we're meeting here to talk about deploying Wi-Fi voice and video with Grandstream. It's kind of topping off a whole few weeks that we've sort of been talking about the subject. Hope you're going to learn a lot here. Just a few things before we go ahead and get started. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to go ahead and use that Q&A feature there. If you're joining via IP Video Talk, it's at the bottom of the portal. Right at the bottom of the website there should be a little Q&A button. Feel free to hit that and ask any questions. If you're having any technical difficulties, feel free to go ahead and utilize that chat feature. And of course, feel free to talk amongst yourselves in the chat, pitch any type of ideas or any type of comments you may have. We always encourage that type of engagement with each other. Anyway, for those who are joining via Facebook, we are streaming straight to Facebook Live. Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate it. If you also have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask them in the comments section, and I'll get back to you after this, after we're all done and wrapped up here. Let me see, last little point of order here. Of course, I will be sending out this presentation afterwards as well to all the attendees, providing a link to both the slides and the actual recording too. So, if I happen to go over something a little bit too fast, don't worry. You'll be getting the presentation and the recording back. But anyway, let's kind of jump into it. So like I said, thanks for joining me today, and I see we still have a lot of people joining in, but appreciate you guys all showing up. My name is Brian Van Meter. I'm a marketing manager here at Grandstream Networks, and like I said, today we'll be going ahead and talking about deploying Wi-Fi voice in video with Grandstream, kind of going over the different type of deployment scenarios, the advantages to using Wi-Fi as a base for your communications network, and also we'll be going over the different devices and solutions that we offer as well for that type of deployment. So let me just go ahead and share my screen here and bring up my presentation, and we'll go ahead and just get started. And I'm just a little bit sick here today as well, guys, so please feel free to bear with me if I just need to take a break every once in a while just to cough. All right, so yeah, so deploying Wi-Fi voice, it's definitely a little bit of a buzzword that we've been seeing going around the industry. Just as kind of Wi-Fi is really starting to hit its stride of being able to completely become an affordable and effective solution for any type of communications deployment. So a little quick thing here about Grandstream. I always kind of like to start off with this for everyone who's maybe new to this webinar or kind of checking it out. We were founded in 2002. We have over 600 employees. We have a wide product portfolio containing over 40 products, from our business conferencing systems, our kind of bread and butter IP phones, all the way then down to our award-winning IP PBXs. We primarily serve small to medium-sized businesses and consumer markets. And we have kind of offices all over the world there as well. Definitely just a global provider in unified communication and networking solutions. We definitely have an award-winning history too. We're always so proud whenever we get nominated or win these type of things. So we always like to show it off whenever available, from our TMC Communication Solution Awards, our ITSPA award as well, and so on. So always just like to sort of show those and just kind of give out a nice little thank you. All right. So yeah, Wi-Fi voice and video, guys. So first thing we may have here, your very first question that you may even have entering into this this webinar, this video talk, is why Wi-Fi voice and video? Well, we have a few key metrics maybe here to point out that could help here. We have 31 billion. That's a big number, but these are 31 billion devices overall, laptops, computers, phones, and other type of devices that can't connect to a Wi-Fi network will be connected to the IoT over wireless channels by the end of 2018. It's an IHS Market report statistic. 71% of all mobile communications will occur over a Wi-Fi connection, and 60% of employees believe that mobile technology helps boost their productivity. So that's kind of a little 1-2 punch statistic there, that mobile communications and mobile technology boosting productivity. So just to go into that statistics and kind of what they mean a little bit here, we're seeing more and more of a trend that Wi-Fi voice and video is really starting to provide some advantages to the modern office and to the modern kind of communications deployment here. Primarily, it utilizes kind of a light infrastructure deployment with wireless networks. Most type of communication networks will require a Wi-Fi sort of signal, Wi-Fi support anyway. So you're able to actually nowadays utilize that Wi-Fi network and support any type of traditional communications deployment you have over it, creating a really great light infrastructure deployment that you can offer to your customers. Of course, that also just brings about affordability for the deployment. Of course, we have seamless office mobility that really helps to empower collaboration when people can freely move around and speak and work together. Wi-Fi voice and video also means an integrated solution that really gives superior connection quality, whether it be for your devices or for your actual communication, your phones, your desktop endpoints, your portable devices, conferencing devices even can go over Wi-Fi nowadays. And with just kind of integrated QoS standards, this really enables highest quality possible service. It's really getting to the point where it's on par with a typical hardline connection. Really helps streamline the installation and management. That's a big thing for you guys as well, for all the resellers, installers that I have in this webinar right now, or if you're watching this. It really helps you keep the installation streamlined, and it's really easy to manage, especially with Grandstream. We'll go over that in a little bit here. And of course, we have this sort of industry trend, at least when it comes to office structures, for sort of this sort of hybrid design. So that what that means is, the open office was definitely a big thing for a while, but it had its drawbacks. So we're sort of really finding that the sort of go-to hybrid design, which is you have these open sort of collaboration spaces while still maintaining sort of those individual productivity areas, is really sort of the modern office of today. And a good Wi-Fi voice and video deployment really helps support and empower that type of design. So when it comes to Wi-Fi voice and deployment, when it comes to Grandstream here, the big things that you can have here is it's all about connecting an on-site or hosted IPPBX through a WLAN, so that wireless Wi-Fi network. We definitely have Wi-Fi access points that then provide the basic foundation for your network with multiple endpoints to choose from, so you can really create a complete and full deployment for your customers and your clients. Of course, as well, we have that softphone GS Wave application for any type of employer that happens to provide those work phones, so smartphones to their all their employees. They always have access to the GS Wave application as well, which then can connect via a Wi-Fi network, turning their actual mobile phone into a soft phone in network. So here's just a quick sort of overview just to give you guys an idea of Grandstream Wi-Fi voice deployment. Of course, we have our UCM series, IPBX at the top, and it all runs through that GWN series of access points. And we really have everything from our GXV series of sort of these multimedia endpoints, really driving productivity at any workstation, to the WP820 to support mobile enterprise communications. The GXP 1760W provides a Wi-Fi enabled desktop solution when you need to have just more of those affordable workstation deployments. To the GAC 2500 for your communication deployments, the Grandstream Wave, and of course our conferencing solutions as well, which we'll get into here. Pardon me. So guys, we're talking about here the cornerstone of kind of everything is our GWN series of Wi-Fi access points when it comes to Grandstream. We really have a lot of great features here to really support this sort of communications deployment that flows over a Wi-Fi network. MUMIMO design of our devices really allows for that efficient communication through devices, fast throughput. Our embedded controller and robust web UI. This is great for you guys as installers and resellers to really be able to efficiently set up any type of network that's required. Really highly customizable and simple to use. Of course, we have industry-leading security as well with these. Of course, powerful data transfer and device support. There's a lot of many devices you can support through our access points. We'll go into that more in a second. And our 2.4 and 5 gigahertz dual Wi-Fi design as well always helps sort of support that heavy network flow. So going into our networking solutions here, primarily focusing towards our access points is the thing. So we really have a suite of powerful Wi-Fi access points to really help support any type of high-performance network. We always have that industry-leading coverage, fast provisioning in management, thanks to the built-in controllers and our sort of outstanding network throughput that the devices support. We also have GWN.cloud, which if you're an installer or reseller with us and you've been installing these access points and you haven't checked it out yet, I highly recommend doing it. It really makes managing just any type of network deployment so intuitive, so easy. You don't even have to be on site to do it because the management platform is actually hosted in the cloud. But hey, we'll get into that just a little bit here. So I kind of want to go through each of the devices real quick. I'm not going to go through the entire technical specs here just because we have a lot of content to cover, but I just sort of want to kind of highlight everything real quick. Keep in mind too, I will be sending out this presentation afterwards, so if I'm kind of going by any of this too fast, you'll be able to check it out later. But yeah, so kind of one of the first ones that we ever came out here with the access points are GWN 7610. Main thing to note here, it's our enterprise sort of grade Wi-Fi access point. So if you're looking to support up to 250 Wi-Fi client devices with just great fast speeds, great bandwidth, this is the one to do it. Mainly here, it's the dual band 3x3 sort of MIMO technology really supports that, really rapid transfer speed between these devices. Of course, as you can see there, we have the advanced Wi-Fi security, that embedded controller as well. So simultaneous dual band Wi-Fi signals. This is really set up just for that really quick, rapid data transfer speeds here. The GWN 76000 was sort of our next Wi-Fi device that we have here. It's our mid-tier. This one's sort of designed to be able to support as many Wi-Fi client devices as possible, up to 450, so it's more so for your sort of dense, high user density sort of deployments. Excuse me. You can see this one only has dual band 2x2 MIMO technology. That's what makes it so it's just a little bit slower on the data speeds wise when it comes to comparing it to the 7610, but it really does support all those extra Wi-Fi client devices when that is needed. And deployment wise, we'll get into that in a little bit when you would choose one over the other. Of course, our latest access point that we've developed and released here is our GWN 76000 long range. It's our outdoor long range 802.11 AC access point. Shares a lot of similarities with the 76000. Really, the key thing that I want to point out here is the 300-meter coverage range. Really allows for superior device mobility and having just a massive area immersed in a Wi-Fi network. And of course here, I just want to kind of mention it, throw it out here one more time, the GWN.cloud. If you haven't checked it out, really recommend going to our product page on our website, looking into it. This is great primarily for you installers and resellers that are watching this. It really allows for you to manage networks from anywhere using a web browser or the GWN.cloud app. Really makes installing and configuring any type of deployment incredibly simple. Of course, you can always also see the real-time access point and client monitoring as well to make sure all of the networks that you have deployed are up and running. If you ever see any type of issues, you can always just manage it from the cloud as well. Ignore that part at the bottom. Didn't proof that as well. This is not in beta. It's completely released. That's my bad. But yeah, feel free to go ahead and go to the jwn.cloud to check that out or our product page as well. All right, so that's sort of the access point side of things. I want to kind of touch really quick on the Wi-Fi enabled endpoints that we have here. Really, we serve, the big things to note is the enterprise mobility through the WPA20 portable Wi-Fi phone. We have the desktop Wi-Fi solutions, both voice and video supported through any type of Wi-Fi network. And of course, we also have then the conferencing solution supporting anything from your large boardrooms to kind of smaller huddle rooms. Just going to take a quick drink of water before I keep moving here. All right. So what we have here, guys, is our kind of latest release and our latest sort of Wi-Fi device here. Really a lot of excitement around this device, a lot of great feedback. WP820, it's our enterprise portable Wi-Fi phone. It really allows for any type of portable Wi-Fi environment that you need. This really supports it with just really powerful enterprise-grade communication features. Of course, it has everything from the HD voice, dual mic design, AEC, noise shield technology, great for loud places or for anyone traversing through any type of Wi-Fi network. 2 SIP accounts, which means 2 lines. Also has a built-in accelerometer, panic button, and push-to-talk button. Kind of dual feature with the panic button and push-to-talk. 7.5-hour talk time and 150-hour standby time before you even need to recharge this thing. It's great. I'll be going a little bit more into detail for kind of some of the use cases of this a little bit later on, along with everything else. Excuse me. The main one to point out here, as well as the GXP1760W. It's kind of our mid-range IP phone with sort of Wi-Fi integration. It also won the ITSPA Award 2018, so we're really proud about this one as well. But anyway, it has integrated dual band Wi-Fi for any type of desktop communications that you need to go over just such a Wi-Fi enabled environment. It's really ideally focused here for workstation for various call volumes, all the way from moderate to heavy. It's equipped with enterprise-grade features for call efficiency and productivity, as well as digital BLF keys, 6 lines, 3 SIP accounts, 5-way conferencing, and of course it has integrated PoE as well, USB port, and EHS support too, all in sort of one device here. It's really great for the workstations that you have that you need to serve mass deploy into any type of Wi-Fi or wireless environment, just to really handle any type of heavy call volume. Other one here is our GXV3240, kind of a crowd favorite. It's one of our Android video IP phones, all-in-one communication solution. It really helps enhance the efficiency and desktop experience of any user, all the way from 6 lines to 6-way audio conferencing, in no-cost 3-way video conferencing. Third-party Android applications as well. Is Wi-Fi enabled, obviously, has Bluetooth, USB, SD support, mini HDMI. There's a lot loaded into this sort of executive desktop phone here. One of our more recent releases here and one of the upgrades of one of our previous Android Veo phones is the GXV 3370. This is just a complete multimedia solution for executive desktops, enterprise users, really allows for that complete voice and video and productivity solution. Maximizing efficiency is really the key thing we want to point out. Just going to take one more sip of water. All right. But yeah, so yeah, this is completely touchscreen as well here. Really crazy fast device and perfect for any type of sort of really Wi-Fi executive deployment that you need here. All right, just go through a few of the conferencing options here before we kind of start getting into deployment scenarios. Our GAC 2500, it's our Android IP conference phone. Great for staying out in any type of huddle or board or meeting room type area. 6 lines, also has built-in 7-way conference bridge, so you can really push that collaboration through multiple audio sort of endpoints. All right. Our GVC 3200, this is really the option that you want to go with for any type of large sort of boardroom deployments that need to be done over Wi-Fi. Has an embedded MCU with up to 9-way video conferencing and remote screen sharing. It has the advanced remotely controlled pan-tilt zoom camera. Gigabit network port is supported as well, but of course we're focused on that Wi-Fi here. Has Bluetooth and 3 HDMI output port for 3-screen view, and includes the Bluetooth-based remote. And just to note, the GAC 2500 here is the sort of audio portion for it that's included with the device. All right, and last but not least, one of our more recent releases here was the GVC 3210, our video conferencing endpoint. We've talked a lot about this, so I won't go too much into detail, but this is really just a great option for small to medium businesses who require an easy-to-use and productive video conferencing device. Really helps push that virtual collaboration, turning any type of meeting room into a virtual huddle room very seamlessly and very affordable. All right, guys. So now we got through all the devices that kind of support our wireless and Wi-Fi solution here. I kind of want to go into some potential Wi-Fi voice kind of deployment scenarios here. So we're going to go through each of these, just kind of give you guys a pretty good idea of the type of scenarios you may want to be looking for that could help, that could be supported and really benefit from this type of Wi-Fi infrastructure design. So anything from healthcare centers, education, universities, logistics, warehouse, cargo facilities, you really want to look for. Event facilities and companies. We've definitely seen using this. We have some great case studies on that right now, actually, on our website. Outdoor recreation facilities, retail and commercial stores as well can definitely benefit from this. Of course, your modern office and enterprises as well, which I kind of touched on a little bit earlier, but let's get into it. All right, so starting with kind of healthcare centers. Key thing here, everyone, is Wi-Fi mobility, meaning that high productivity supporting features. Everyone, this is a rapid pace environment where every moment really does count. So you want to make sure everyone has the best possible connection as well as being able to really efficiently handle calls in a productive manner. So for this, you'd really want to go ahead and utilize a GWN 7610 or the GWN 76000 to sort of create that immersive Wi-Fi network, really depending on, how sort of densely packed, the sort of healthcare facility is and how many users you really want to be able to have access to the network as well. WPA20 here is perfect for doctors, nurses, and other mobile staff. Of course, the 2 lines would really allow for a sort of the personal line as well as then having an external line for any type of incoming calls. The push-to-talk and panic button is a key feature as well here in case there needs to be any type of rapid communication. Panic button as well is a key thing needed in case there's any type of situation arising that a nurse or a doctor would need to really rapidly request additional assistance. GXP 1760W here would be perfect for any type of reception, nurse stations, and of course your administration side of everything, whereas the 3370, that really high-end multimedia executive device, would be perfect for your executive offices and any type of chief of medicine offices as well here. GAC 2500 as well would be perfect for that healthcare staff sort of conference rooms for that sort of like intercommunication and collaboration. All right. So moving right along, education universities. This is a big one that we've been seeing and we're pretty happy with. But we really have a comprehensive Wi-Fi solution for both staff and students here. Affordability typically is a really key thing, and this is it. It provides a very affordable infrastructure for your clients in this type of situation. The 76,000 here is kind of the go-to choice for lecture halls, dormitories, and areas of high user density. Typically you're going to have very high user density within this type of deployment. It's just kind of the nature of it, especially with the massive amounts of students and faculty utilizing this type of, this type of scenario. Excuse me. But this way, be able to really support all the client devices, laptops, phones, and other type of devices, while simultaneously being able to support any type of communication deployment that you put through. So your WP820s, 1760s, etc. As well as having the 76,000 LR for any type of outdoor coverage. So if this is a university that has many type of buildings and you need to have immersive Wi-Fi throughout the entire area, the 76,000 LR is the ideal choice to do that. WP820 is great to support the facility, security, and janitorial staff. You definitely have a lot of moving parts here, a lot of moving people that need to both be productive, be collaborative, while still staying mobile. The push-to-talk feature would definitely help that, as well as just having that suite of enterprise-grade communication features inside the WP820. 1760W is perfect for the admin and staff offices. They can easily field all those incoming calls coming from either externally, potential students wanting to call in, current students calling in, faculty calling in for any type of additional information that they may need. Really easy to cover all of that with the 1760. GVC 3200 is perfect for any type of classroom deployments for sort of that intra-classroom group collaboration, and 3210 is perfect for some more of that sort of administrative or professor-based, productivity-based huddle rooms. If this is especially university that tends to utilize that tends to utilize any type of off-campus education systems, GVC 3210 would be perfect for sort of supporting that sort of ability to teach those type of people. All right. Logistics, warehouse, and cargo facilities. This is a really simple one to deploy into. Really here, it's supporting those large open spaces and that kind of time-sensitive efficiency here. These are people who are moving around quickly. They need efficiency, they need productivity, and they need to stay connected just to make sure everything is done in a timely basis. Deadlines is always the key word that we see coming up here. The 76,000 LR, it kind of provides the framework for these type of network deployments with sort of your shifting cargo, shifting storage, especially in sort of these outdoor type scenarios, shipyards and such. The 76,000 is perfect for sort of having this long range coverage. Our W2820 would be the primary device here for the bulk of the staff that are operating within it. Of course, we have that easy to and fro communication, the push to talk. But also one key thing I want to point out here too is the actual built-in accelerometer has some really good safety implementations here. If someone is to fall, get knocked over, say a forklift turns and sort of hits someone when they're not paying attention, the accelerometer can actually pick up anyone sort of falling over and send out a notification for help as a result of that. Really cool little feature that's built in that can be programmed. Of course, we have the GVC 3210 as well for your multi-site collaboration. So maybe if this is a warehouse facility that has multiple sites across the country, you need to collaborate, being able to speak between both sites, sort of communicate when things are expected to arrive, depart, and of course what is incoming and coming inbound and outbound. GVC 3210 really supports that easy, simple video and virtual collaboration. All right. I just want to touch on event facilities and companies. So this is both the actual individual facilities that you see. I'm sure many of you have been to any type of sort of trade show or hotel showroom, as well as any type of companies that may type of deploy let's say, for example, concerts and outdoor venues. Definitely use this. Like I said, we have a couple great case studies on this, our case study page online. If you're interested in this, I definitely recommend checking those out. But this is really, the important thing here is just having a simple and powerful mobile Wi-Fi infrastructure. So this is another situation where in these wide open spaces, the 76,000 LR really shines, especially with being able to support a really high amount of clients within its network range. Really also the 76,000 allows for outdoor deployments as well with its sort of outdoor support, it's weatherproof casing, and of course then massive event halls it's perfect for. Here it's really sort of deploying and supporting the clients that would be sort of trying to connect to the network. Good thing I want to point out here, of course, is all of our devices also support multiple SSIDs, so you can always have public networks as well as having networks then for the staff. Also, we have a really highly customized captive portal here, so if any of your clients would sort of require any type of deployment that would require a login from the public side, collecting certain parts of information or needing a security code to pass it, you'd be able to set that up. WPA20 here definitely shines just to support the mobile event staff going from booth to booth. Of course, any type of construction staff as well need to sort of set up any type of event venue. They need to be able to communicate with any type of managerial staff and administration staff efficiently, just to make sure everything checks out, or if anything is inbound for any type of shipping, really easy to do that with this device. All right, guys, almost wrapping up here. Our outdoor recreation facilities. This is kind of a cool one that we want to talk about. This is a network that really has to combine both an outdoor and an indoor infrastructure. You would use the 76,000 LR here for any type of outdoor sort of support, whereas the 7610 would be very perfect for any type of indoor office infrastructure for more of the actual staff side of things. The 3240 would be good to sort of deploy on each of these internal office staff members' desktops, just because in these cases you very much so would need rapid response and very high call efficiency, which you'd be able to do with the 3240. GVC 3200 would be perfect for any type of video conferencing. So, I definitely know here in Boston, we definitely, Fenway Stadium also has many of their offices inside. So they do require sort of a, collaboration and virtual collaboration within their facilities. The GVC 3200 would be perfect for these type of situations, whereas the GVC 25,000 provides a comprehensive meeting room solution. Excuse me, 2500. All right, the WP 8200 then would be perfect for each staff member, provided to them when they need to traverse through the facility, sort of the outdoor portion of it. They'd be able to move throughout it, managing any type of situations that arise while still being able to stay connected to the indoor staff. Okay. Retail and commercial store deployments, definitely something that can benefit huge from a Wi-Fi network, Wi-Fi integration. Really helps enhance a staff's customer service capabilities, like it says there, while providing a public network to customers. We just kind of did a recent blog post on kind of the power of a public network and how it really helps enhance a customer's experience and really keeps bringing them back. That's a key thing here when it comes to retail and commercial stores, especially your sort of restaurants, coffee shops, cafes, etc. The GWN 76000 would support maximum amount of users here, and of course you have that staff and public side of the network with the multiple SSIDs. WP820 would provide staff mobility while maximizing the customer service. This also brings out affordability for the customer as well, so the person actually manages the store, as the individuals would be able to both communicate with any type of calls coming in while being able to communicate internally, and then also being able to work with the customers. It really allows employees to be able to fill multiple roles at the same time efficiently and easily. Then, of course, finishing up, the 1760W would be perfect for any type of desktop deployments. If you need to be able to move your sort of desktop endpoint anywhere throughout the store, you'd be able to do that efficiently and easily. All right. So just to kind of top it all off, guys, I just want to just mention one more time here, the modern office. We're really seeing an increased trend here into sort of this hybrid office design that really requires a mobile and a Wi-Fi structure. So we're talking about, laptops and mobile productivity devices are really starting to become the status quo in the workplace. I know, especially even here in my own office, there's not a single person that has a traditional kind of desktop computer, the tower and everything. It's all laptops over a Wi-Fi environment. The collaboration areas also require the freedom of movement. So not only does Wi-Fi assist with this, but also having Wi-Fi enabled endpoints, whether it be desktop phones or also the WP820, that sort of supports that enterprise communication, that also then allows for portability and mobility. And then, of course, having those individual productivity areas that do require effective desktop endpoints. So whether it be a multimedia workstation that can enable people to video conference with ease, or just simple availability to handle high volumes of calls over a Wi-Fi network, you'd definitely be able to do that with our devices. Okay, all right, guys. So we covered a lot there. Really appreciate you for sticking around, sitting through it. Hope you learned a lot. But let me just pull my video back up real quick, and then we'll just go ahead and go into the Q&A session. All right. Let me stop sharing this. All right, everyone. Really appreciate it. So I hope that kind of gave you a little bit more of an insight into deploying and creating sort of Wi-Fi solutions with our devices, the kind of type of deployments you would want to look for and to push into. Sort of gives you a better understanding of how to manage it as well. So right now I'm just going to kind of check out the Q&A section, answer any questions. If you're totally happy with this presentation, you're free to go. I'm not going to hold you hostage or anything like that. But anyway, let's kind of jump into it. Okay. All right. Looks like Phil actually helped me out a little bit here, but just to answer it for everyone, the GWN.cloud, it's not paid. There is no licensing. It's completely free for you guys, so be sure to check it out if you're deploying the GWN access point solutions. Yes, you can manage all of your clients and customers from the same account. So you just make an account on the GWN cloud and you can sort of manage multiple deployments within it. It's great. You don't even have to be on site in case there's ever any issues. You'd be able to manage, configure it all from one spot. Can you explain the push-to-talk feature? So this was answered pretty well, but yeah, it's basically a walkie-talkie mode. So you basically be able to push the button on the side of the WP820, and the device then broadcasts what you're saying in real time to other devices that are within the same push-to-talk group. Really allows you to be able to talk to others efficiently, quickly, without having to actually call them or call any type of sort of conferencing group or anything like that. All right. So just checking the all right, so I think that is most of the questions actually. So I also have a couple requests here to share the case study. So just in the follow-up email, I'll also just kind of send out a link to our case study page so that you guys can, of course, check that out as well. There's a few good deployment examples of both sort of Wi-Fi deployments that we have there. Really great thing to just look into. If there are any, just one or two more questions. What is the range? Okay, what's the range of the WPA20 from an access point? It actually depends completely on the access point. So basically, I think the range of our GWN7610 is 175 meters. So basically, as long as you're within that range, the WPA20 would be able to communicate with it as well. WPA22 has really seamless handoff and roaming capabilities between access point to access point. So you'd be able to go through any type of Wi-Fi network and just seamlessly click between each access point without losing the call, dropping a word, anything like that. It's really great. All right, so I think that is WPA. I'm not sure if the WPA20 uses 5 gigahertz. I'm pretty sure it should, but just let me check on that for you, Eric, and get back to you. Can end user devices send a single back from 175 meters? Yep, as long as, like I said, they're within, obviously, like if you're at the maximum range of an access point, you may have issues, but yeah, as long as you're within range, it should be the capability, as long as you're in the range of that access point. All right. Okay, I think that's most of the questions here. Daryl asks, how's the Wi-Fi signal penetration on dense buildings? I think we actually have a technical document on our on the product page for each of our access points on that. Let me look into that, Daryl. I can definitely check into that for you and get back to you. But we're just going to kind of, can you share a competitive chart for Wi-Fi devices with other products? I would definitely recommend checking out our partner portal, Partner Connect. We actually, as long as you have a reseller installer account there, we, I believe, do have some battle cards that contain competitive comparison charts on those on the access points and everything. I think we definitely have one on WPA20 as well. If we don't, they're definitely coming soon, so be sure to look out there. Okay, guys, so really appreciate you all showing up. Hopefully you learned a lot about deploying Wi-Fi networks here with us at Grandstream. Like I said, I'm going to be sending out this presentation along with both a link to the actual slideshow and the recording as well. And everyone on Facebook too, you already have the recording on Facebook Live, so it's there. If you ask any questions in the comments, I'll go ahead and get back to you on those. Really appreciate it, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Take care. For those in the United States, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoy it. Safe travels. Thank you so much, everyone.